So we come all the way down south from Newcastle we were this morning, and we're meeting up with Jason. So welcome, Jason. Thanks very much for talking to me. Right, I see in the background we got your car.
Yes, we have.
Right, so all we're going to do is I'm just going to ask you some questions about it. There's an awful lot of viewers who are a bit wary about getting their first EV. And this isn't your first, is it?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No.
So we'd like to talk to you about that. So I'm Dave. This is Dave Takes It On. So Jason, you've been watching the channel for a little while now.
Yes, quite a number of years, I think it seems to be anyway. But
and you're also a Patreon member.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you know what we do. What was it made you buy an EV, and what was it?
Well, the story goes back a little bit further for me, because it goes back to 2011 when there was a huge grant given for buying solar.
Oh yes.
And we started on our little solar journey with that.
Right.
And then, so I was kind of looking and following what was going on. And then around 2020, I saw that battery prices had come down a bit and everything was starting to become quite affordable again. And so I bought a Tesla Powerwall because I wanted the emergency power and various other things, because we live in a small village and power cuts were relatively frequent.
Happen,
so
yes.
It was nice just to know that we had power when people didn't. So we added extra solar panels on the front of the house as well, just to make the battery be able to be charged during
Which way's your house facing, by the way?
I've got an east-west. Yeah, so all of this story is about having to have a south-facing. It's just rubbish, because the bonus with it is I do get from about 1 kilowatt of usable energy from within about 15 minutes of sun up. So it's like, it means we get a much longer day.
Yes, although the total power is reduced,
yes, our
but
maximum
you get
amount.
a longer day.
Yes, that's
absolutely.
Right. So yeah, it's fantastic. We can do all of these things. And the house, I will just say that over the last 4.5 months, our bill is zero.
And I assume if you would look at this a while back, do you have the feed-in tariff?
Yes.
As it was a feed-in tariff.
We had a feed-in tariff for the original panels,
one, right?
But we got nothing for the battery and the extra solar panels we put on.
So you're still getting a feed-in tariff on the original installation.
That's right. Yes,
and that was really quite generous in the early days.
With Octopus changing things last year, I basically swapped over my export part.
Right.
Separated that off, so I can now export all of my spare solar.
Okay.
Which has, as I say, for the last 4.5 months enabled me to have a zero bill for...
Amazing. Yeah, you need to say that again. Yeah, zero bill.
Domestic hot water, cooking, all of the home use, and charging the car to do 1,000 miles a month. All of that has been free for the last 5 months.
And people say solar doesn't work in the UK.
So, yes, and with a battery storage, it has meant over the year, my use has been around 76% of night rate.
Right.
And only buying somewhere around 24-25% of day rate. So it has reduced my bills that I do pay massively.
So there's an awful lot that can be done. So you casually mentioned heat pump.
Yes, the air source heat pump.
You have an air source heat pump?
Yes, we swapped onto that a couple of years ago. We basically had an LPG tank in the rear garden. Right. And we got told that it was in a place where it had been for the last 30 years. It was no longer allowed to be there. So I basically contacted my people that had done my solar and everything for me, and contacted them and said, can we move on to an air source heat pump? Yeah. And again, that tied in perfectly with the tariffs that were coming in. So we've had to pay up front. Yes. But we are getting a good grant coming back to us over the next 7 years. So again, perfect timing in the way of things, as we had very much lucky timing with the first solar. And the thing with the air source heat pump is we run it 24 hours a day. Yep. And we're running it at 18 degrees during the daytime and drop it back to 16 overnight. Yeah. That is it. The house has never been warmer. Yeah. It's crazy. I know we talked I talk to customers, because I've been involved in air source heat pumps as well, and one of the things is with conventional central heating, you switch it off 9 o'clock at night, your house goes cold. In the morning when your boiler fires up, it's got a massive job to bring it back up to where it was and then bring it up to daytime temperatures. Air source heat pumps, absolutely perfect, just run in the background all the time, and your house is always comfortable. But sometimes less comfortable overnight and really comfortable during the day. It's been fantastic. So it's just, as I say, it's made rooms that were cold are now warm. Yes. And we're heating the whole fabric of the building. So it just, And I can actually say we used around 2,500 kilowatt hours for that running of it over a year.
Yes.
So it really has not been too expensive either. So you hear all these horror stories where it's costing a fortune, but yeah, if it's done properly, it just works.
I think some of the stories I've heard, they're trying to run the air source heat pumps like a central heating boiler, switch it on in the morning, it flogs itself, just when it's getting warm, it shuts down.
That's right, yes.
And just total waste of energy, it doesn't work. Do you live in a modern house or an older house?
A 1970s detached house.
70s, okay, so you got cavity walls, double glazing.
Well, we have cavity walls, but that was an interesting one, because when we had the air source heat pump fitted, the cavity wall insulation actually wasn't working. It was a spray-in foam from probably the early 80s or something, and it had degraded. And I have had so many people come round to look at, oh, sorry, you've had this stuff put in, but it's all degraded. You've in effect got nothing.
Yeah.
But that was it. So for the first year, we ran it, and we didn't have any insulation, but we'd had none in effect for the last however long.
Yeah.
And it kept the house warm again. So no insulation in the cavities, and it still worked.
Yeah.
The thing I found was a company that could come and suck out all of the old stuff and replace it then with new.
Yes.
And it changed it roughly. I read online and it says 30% better.
Yeah.
And my use of electricity for the air pump went down by 30%.
So absolutely spot on.
Wherever they worked these figures out, it was spot on. It was fantastic, and it worked. So that will be for any home with whatever you're using, gas, electric, or whatever. It will just work and reduce it. So getting insulation does work. Where that all fits in with the EV for us.
So let's get on to your first EV.
So 2020, we got the Powerwall, and that then obviously. I started looking more and more at energy usage, and I looked at how much I was spending on petrol. And I thought, can I do something with this? And I started looking, and the car of the time for 5 years back was the Kia e-Niro.
Yep.
Absolutely fantastic for range. Works, whatever, gave 260 miles easily in the summer and 230 in the winter.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
So I looked at those, got one on a lease, and it took a while to come through, but we had that. We've been to France in it, and it was just so good. And then people moan about charging speeds, but that was about 40 minutes to get back up to 80% if you got with about 10.
Yeah.
But when you've been driving for 3.5 hours and you get out the car, you need to get to the toilets, you want coffee, you want some food. So by the time you've eaten and had your drinks, that 40 minutes is all virtually gone.
I know.
And so that car was brilliant for doing long trips.
Yes.
However, we then move on to the point, I leased that car, should I say. So that lease, I couldn't keep the car, it had to go back.
Yeah.
So I then started looking, and over the years, Tesla had reduced their prices, Kia had pushed their prices up, so that kind of got me looking at the Tesla, and I went, I know I want one, and I couldn't, I had to sort of pinch myself and get my father involved in looking at test drives and various other things, and in the end he saw exactly what I did with this, that it just made total sense. For less than £40,000 you could buy this.
And the lease was even better, because they were effectively zero interest leases.
When I got this, the lease was actually very expensive.
It was?
Yes.
Okay.
It would have worked out about £550 a month.
Now you're talking about £299.
Or £299 for the business one, I believe, and then £399.
No, £299 for the domestic one.
Okay,
yeah,
so that's dropped a bit more. So.
Yeah.
And that's where I looked at this, and in terms of a car, it is the best one I have ever owned.
Okay.
And bearing in mind, showing my age, I've had cars for near enough 40 years. Apart from the Kia, and as I say, once you've gone electric, you don't want to ever go back.
No.
If someone, even goes as far as testing a car, if you got given a hire car somewhere, I don't want a petrol one now.
No, I know. I know what it's like.
Yeah. So it's been fantastic, and
So you got this one new on a lease, and how long?
I bought this one.
You bought this one, right? You've not gone the lease at all.
I looked at it, and it's the first time I've looked at a car that could probably last for more than 4 or 5 years without having major costs.
That's what I've got. Mine is the same. It was the thought that it's all the cost. My fuel bill, by the way, was about 400 a month.
Yeah.
I was a rep on the road at the time, so crazy money I was paying, and that money going into hire purchase for a few years to buy it, just crazy. It was a no-brainer.
Yeah. So we looked at the finances and things, and obviously went down that route of purchasing it rather than leasing it or anything else. And so it's my car to kind of keep running it, but it's weird when you've got a lease and they say you can do so many thousand miles a year. There's a weight round your ankle kind of thing. It feels like you're dragging it. Yeah. And so not having that, I hadn't realised how much of a weight that was.
Shall we go to France and drive down to Spain? Yeah, let's go.
So we had an option earlier in the year to go to a Tesla light show that was being held in Belgium. Okay. For a world record with...
Oh, yeah, I heard about it.
What was it, 1,150 cars, I think it was in the end. And we drove through Belgium and through France, everywhere. It was the best car for doing it. It was easy. Driving in France, I just put autopilot on and it took us on the roads. I didn't have to worry too much about anything.
It's the one thing that really shocked me. The first time I bought that and went, I literally 6 months later went on a French road trip. And I came out of the Eurotunnel and I put it into autopilot and just right inside the road, round about the right way. And I just sat there, and then I thought afterwards, well, what actually did I expect? It's doing exactly what it should be doing. And it's just
I never even changed it off miles per hour.
No.
Because it basically converted all the signs into miles per hour for me, and it was just, this is too easy. And the cost of charging across there, I must say, so much cheaper.
Yes, yeah.
It was like 30 euro cents at the expensive time. And I was like, that is our cheap times here. In effect. Or 30 pence for us. So that was what I found. But the car has just been fantastic.
So when you're talking about the car compared to the Neo, the Kia. What struck you as different straight away? What struck you as, I must have this one, not that one?
Well, anyone who knows me will know how techie I am. I love my tech.
You can't get better than that,
you can't do better than this. So that kind of was already selling itself to me. And so when I looked at it, this was me. And hence I had to get other people involved to make sure I wasn't just doing it. And,
I'm just buying the tech, I don't care about the car.
And the car and the suspension on the new one.
Well, this is very different. This was
the thing that I wanted. Because unfortunately I had a bit of a neck injury in the past. And so firm suspension just does not make my neck travel.
Because I know I put mine in for some servicing repairs a little while back, suspension, which will always go on every car. And they gave me a Tesla Model 3, the original, as a courtesy car. And I found that so harsh. Well, I've got the air suspension, but it's very different. But it was really harsh. And this one, they've cured that totally, haven't they? This is, they reckon, almost as good as air suspension.
I find it very good. So, I love the car. Just everything about it is just easy. It's you don't realise until you've got it. It's like, I used to have to get a key, unlock the door, get in, put seatbelt on,
ignition,
rummage around, find the key from your pocket, put it into the ignition. Then you had to press all sorts of other buttons and various things. This, you just walk up with your phone, open the door, get in, put seatbelt on, press the brake, drive. And it even puts it into reverse for me.
Okay, so Tesla Owners Club, what's that involved? You're heavily involved in this.
Yes, and I must say the one thing that I've gained from all of this, so going to Belgium and taking the car, which was done as a test, and it was a spur of the moment thing to join.
Did that go smoothly?
It really did. It was amazing. But the people that I met along the way, incredible, because we've all got so much in common with loving the cars and loving what the tech can do for us. So we have just found that we have gained some proper good friends out of this. And we've then been down to, so with the Tesla Owners Club, they've got a free level of joining. And then there's a paid for, which gives you various discounts on things, gives you free tickets for various events. So those can be really good. And one of the events we actually did a few months ago was at Bicester, where they had the Tesla Owners Club annual meeting.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah,
yeah. So they call it the supercharged event. So that was really good again, just doing those things. And there's a possibility, if I can do it, that I'll be heading over to Switzerland for another light show event.
So
again,
really, have Tesla will travel.
Yeah.
Right, so you're involved in the Tesla Owners Club. I know you've invited me along to an event, which I will willingly attend, provided my diary's free that day. But I'd love to come out and talk to other owners and meet people and give whatever information I can. So that's got to be encouraged. And I know Tesla are working quite closely with you on that.
Yes,
it's Tesla Lincoln, isn't it?
Yeah, Tesla Lincoln. It's an event that at the moment we've had to just change it because they had a little bit of a mess up with their... Because I think they're fairly new, they actually didn't realise quite what was needed from their events team and various insurances
and when they found out, they suddenly thought, hang on a minute,
yes,
slow
they had
down.
to unfortunately put that on a slowdown, but Tesla have kind of gone off in their own direction with doing a smaller event at the moment for themselves. But what they've said is if that goes well, we should be back and they'll be speaking with me and I can get the Tesla Owners Club involved, get you involved.
Well, keep in touch with me because we'll definitely do that. So if you've got any advice for our viewers who have not yet taken the plunge and got their first EV, what would your advice to them be? Try one.
Just get yourselves in one. Go Tesla. You can do test drives. There's no pressure. I think that's the other thing I love with Tesla. They are not salespeople.
Exactly.
They are not. If you walk in the door of a Tesla, you do not get pushed to buy a car. I've had Audis, I've had VWs and various things, and every time you go in, they want you to leave with a car.
It's a bit like test drives. I know Tesla, they're one of the very first ones who say, here's the key, go. And it's a totally free test drive. So you haven't got a salesman looking over your shoulder making you nervous. And you haven't got a salesman trying to sell you one.
I was going to say, they don't just kick you out though. They do ask, if you've never driven one, they will explain all of the things. And the other thing I want to say to a lot of people, that they just seem to think that because it's all on a screen, well actually you don't touch the screen really when you're driving because all those settings are things you do before you drive, and you probably only set them up once to go in your profile, and after that, and I think that where I said about getting in the car, the most incredible one is when you get out. You put your foot on the brake, you take your seatbelt off, you close the door, get out the door, close it, it locks itself, puts it all into park, and it's done.
Now it's always of interest to me why people watch the channel and what they hope to get out of it. So you were a very, very early viewer of my channel. So do you remember how you found it and what was it about the channel or the particular video that you thought, I want to watch this?
I think it goes back probably even when I had the Kia, because I was, once I got the Kia, I was just absolutely nuts over anything and everything electric and EV and just wanted to learn more. So I was looking, and then of course, as I started thinking more and more about Teslas, I was probably searching more Teslas, and I think some of your earlier videos happened to be more about the Teslas, and so I found you relatively early, and you were saying everything that just made perfect sense to me.
Thank you.
So I think you've said before on a few times that generally we agree on most things, so it has been that way, and I just thought, I've got the keep there, so I was subscribed on day one, and very soon after I became a Patreon. So
we're very grateful to you because there's Patreon members like yourself that allow us to get out and do all these trips. So thank you very much for your support, and hopefully we're going to keep making videos that will interest you. And obviously now you're going to be famous, aren't you? Right, well, I'm not going to take up any more time. Well, I am, because we're going to go for a cup of coffee now and get away from the camera. But thank you very much, Jason, for talking to us and sort of enlightening our viewers about your journey and also about the channel and things that you're looking for. So we're going to talk now about what I'm getting wrong so we can get it right in the future. So we'll go and grab a cup of coffee. So thanks very much. I'm Dave. This is Dave Takes It On. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed it, hit the like button, and if you want to see more, click subscribe, hit the notification bell so we can notify you. And as always, thank you, Jason, for Patreon members and YouTube members.
You're welcome.
Without you, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So thanks very much. I'm Dave.